Hi, everyone, and welcome to the discussion about diabetes and nutrition. My name is Maha. I'm a registered dietitian and a certified diabetes educator. I've been working in this field for more than 15 years in Ontario and in Quebec. I am joined with a FreeStyle Libre 2 user who's going to introduce herself.
Thank you, Maha. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. My name is Charlene. I have diabetes, and I've had diabetes since I'm 18 years old, and I'm now 67. So it's been a long time and a long journey. Just knowing that you are so experienced, I was wondering if you could answer a question for me. What are the factors that influence our sometimes very erratic glucose levels?
Many factors impact our glucose levels. They listed 42, but I'm going to talk about the most common ones. One of them, and the first one, since I'm a dietitian, it's going to be food. The amount of food and the quality of the carbohydrates we're having, and what are we having them with, protein or fibers. So those are going to impact our glucose levels. We also have physical activity that could increase or lower our glucose levels. We also have stress. We have sleep. We underestimate the impact of sleep and stress, alcohol, and also if we are sick, anything, it could be anything, inflammation or a virus could increase our glucose levels.
Thank you, Maha. I certainly have experienced probably all 42 of the different, and I know stress is a very big factor, especially when I was young and I had the children, and pregnancy and all those things made a big difference for me. But one of the things that I found very difficult was at the beginning of my journey with diabetes, doctors never mentioned food. They never mentioned anything but calories. It was always just stay thin and stay within this caloric intake. And so there was very little direction and very, very little information available. And I never remember seeing a nutritionist or a dietitian or anybody of that nature. So now things are really different and it's really great. But there are still some questions I have about it. For instance, there was a big thing way back in the, I guess, 60s or 70s about the glycemic index. And that was very encouraged to follow, but it was very complex and very difficult. Are these some of the things that we're still doing now, Maha? Because it's really hard to make all those decisions in the grocery store.
I don't know if you met with a dietitian or not, but what impacts your glucose is carbohydrates. We need to find for you the carbs that increases the least your glucose. The glycemic index leads us to a good quality of carbohydrates, but the amounts we still need to look at them. It's not only glycemic index.
That really answered the question. That was great. The other question I have, and it's kind of a weird one, but can I change up the kind of meats that I eat all the time? Can I change at this late date? Will it affect my glucose levels?
Now, with the FreeStyle Libre, you're getting information to know which protein provides the best effect on slowing down the absorption of the carbohydrates you're eating. So I'm going to give an example. When we're drinking milk, there is protein in it, but it's not as efficient on controlling or on stabilizing your glucose levels compared to eggs, example. So when we're eating cereal in the morning, our sugar are going to swing more than when we're eating bread and eggs or bread and peanut butter. And this is where the tool you're using is going to be very helpful to guide you to find food that gets your glucose levels controlled, that you like, and that is not too pricey. It's a lot of conditions, but you have the tool that helps you get all those. And what I would recommend, write down what works. So you don't have to say, oh, which works or not. So write it down, and you'll get a list at the end of the week or a month.
Thank you very much. That really answered a lot of questions for me. The great thing about that is when I use a FreeStyle Libre, what I do is it has a notation for it. And I put the carbs and I put exactly and what food it is. And then I send that all to my doctor via email, and they love it. They love it because by the time I get in for my appointment, we waste no time asking questions or going back and forth. She looks at it. She goes, I see you've been doing this. This is a habit you need to perhaps have a look at. We should lower this. We should bring this up. We should do that.
And this is where we're going to circle back to the importance, and you did point it out, the importance of putting those information in your app. And then us as professionals, we're going to be able to see them on our Libre View, to analyze them before we talk to you. And then, yes, we do have all that information, we analyze it, and then we complete it with teeny tiny questions like I asked you, like, you know, what did you hear? Did you drink alcohol there? Did you have exercise? You know, it helps a lot.
The other thing that sort of ties into that, and that's why I like the FreeStyle Libre, is that I can sit in a restaurant, I can scan, I can do this all on my phone, and it looks like I'm on, you know, social media.
This is where the FreeStyle Libre is going to guide you. So let's say you have a favorite restaurant and you always take the same dish or whatever look like, you know, we all have our preferences. So it's going to tell you, okay, can I afford having bread with butter as in before I start, or should I just let it be? Can I have my ravioli plate, or should I go towards chicken breast with some mashed potatoes and vegetables? So by scanning and looking how sugar is going to rise, this will guide a lot. That doesn't mean that you will never be able to eat pasta at the restaurant. But instead of having this once a week, maybe you can treat yourself and have that once a month. You'll know your glucose levels are going to go up, but you treat it yourself. It's going to be once in a blue moon, and that will be fine. We won't see it on your A1C when you do your 3 months blood test.
What a great idea. I love all of it. I think it's great. But the other thing that I do is I look for portion control. And so they're used to me now in the restaurants here in this little town. They bring me a container and I split it in half, and I take half of it home and have it at another time so that I get the treat twice.
Charlene, excellent way of dealing with restaurants, reducing the portion and having it, you'll get twice the treat. Excellent. To control the diabetes, so the glucose levels, we need to watch carbohydrates. It's as simple as that. And we all know them: potatoes and rice and pasta and fruits and chips and cakes and candies. We all know those, okay? We have healthy carbs and we have unhealthy carbs. We're gonna go towards healthy carbs, like the starches, so pasta and rice and potatoes, the fruits and the milk. So those are the healthy carbohydrates that we're gonna cook with. And we're gonna avoid the unhealthy carbs. So the chips, the candies, the canned stuff, so anything transformed, okay? Because they will higher our glucose levels more than if we're eating and we're cooking from scratch. So this is for the glucose control. But honestly, it's not because I'm a dietitian, but your best friend, diabetes, is going to be the dietitian, because she's going to be the one working with you to be able to find the right food and count the right food to get the right amount of medicine that you need.
To be really honest with you, when I first started this diabetic journey, what I did was I allowed the doctors to tell me what to do, and I followed it to the best of my ability. Now I can take charge. Now I'm in charge. This product, FreeStyle Libre, is absolutely mind-blowing for me. I mean, I've been through all of the technologies. This gives me control, freedom, information. It gives me the ability to be in charge of who I am. And then I can use dietitians and nutritionists and my team, but I'm part of the team now. I'm not just a bystander being told by the team, this is what you need to do. Now I can effectively and efficiently tell them, this is what I'm finding. What do you think?
Charlene, you nailed it, because it's true. You're part of the team. We're here, and I do repeat to my patients, we are tools to help you in your daily control of your sugar levels, So we're not on both sides. We're working together, and I totally agree. So from my point of view as a healthcare professional, this type of tool guides us. It gives me information to confirm my hypothesis. So I get different, it could be different ways, and this could help me, decide what's really happening. So we're at the end of our discussion today. I would like to thank you, Charlene, for being here today and having this wonderful discussion and important things that we shared. Your experience is priceless. Keep it up. You're doing great, and you should be an example for a lot of us. And thank you for highlighting the fact that we're a team and we're all here to be able to manage diabetes together.
Thank you, Maha. Thank you for everything that you do. All of you, nutritionists, dietitians, our teams. But what I really want to let everybody know, and it's this kind of format and technology. I'm 67. I've had this disease or condition since I was 18. You can do it. You can manage it. I'm grateful for everybody who works to help us get a good quality of life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charlene. And for those who are still interested and have questions for me, I'll be with you on the Facebook event live. Please meet me there. Thank you.